I'm going to give you a little walk around the vineyard and just show you what I've been up to over the past few months over the winter. Main thing is we're here, we're in the greenhouse. I've built all this out of reclaimed items. Some of them were gifted to us, people were hanging on to for something that was never going to get done. Other things I've just took straight out of skips and such like. Did have to spend a bit of money though. Actually, my budget was about 100 quid. And I went right over it and spent nearly 150. But you know, I'm not that bothered because it's alright, it's well worth it. So in here at the moment I've got various different cuttings I've been taking and plants I've been splitting, like my geraniums and my hedgerow plants. But most importantly, in these big pots we've got grapevine cuttings. These are the ones that are a direct clone from main vine and throttly, and if you look carefully on some of them, the buds are starting to swell up just a bit, and that's quite a positive sign. It really shows that they're acting like the way I want them to, so they're still alive. That's the best thing. So there's probably about, I think there's about 79, 80 or so in this section here. A few more cuttings, and I've got another section where I've took cuttings from Nina's dad's house. He's got a vine that produces a red grape. I'm not sure which variety it is, but it does okay at his place, but they have got it growing on like a pergola, and I think against the wall it would fruit and it would do alright. Then round here, underneath the glass panels, is all my seedlings, various different stuff you'd get on allotments and that, you know. I've got a few olive cuttings there as well. Got my potatoes out on the shelf, chitting, and I've made these are meant to be overnight heaters, but because I don't come up here every day there's not much point, but it's something I've seen on the internet, powered by a candle. It's very cheap to run. I'll have a bit of an experiment with that at some point. Outside you can see my main sort of bed where I used to use it as an allotment. I've been preparing the ground there, just been rotivating it. Outside. In the polytunnel section I've cleared out all my junk that I've been storing up. A lot of it I used in building the greenhouse. I've rotivated that out today as well. It's been so windy up here, I'm surprised the greenhouse has still stood up, and I'm really glad that I didn't put polythene over this tunnel, because I know for a fact it wouldn't have stood up to anything like the winds we've been getting. So here what I've done is I've rotivated. I've actually sown seed as well. What I've done is I've planted what's called green manure, various different plants which are really good for your soil. When you rotivate land like this, it's actually pretty damaging to your soil. You'll hear a lot of people on allotments saying, oh, don't use a rotavator, you know, but it's the fact that you're stripping the soil of everything. It's like if you get a wound on your skin, the first thing you want to do is protect it from the sun and the wind. So by planting this organic green compost, that should do that. We do have a bit of issues, like one of the chickens got in earlier and she seemed to be loving eating all the seed. Main bed's going to have various different things in, you know. I'm just going to really try all sorts out and see what happens. Down in this bed we've got the brassicas are growing, still not flowering. They got hammered by pests earlier in the last year, sorry. My two beds here, the far one I've planted onion sets, red and white. This one I'm going to stick my potatoes in here, the ones that I'm going to grow to keep to chit, so I can grow again next year a lot more for no money. In here we have the leeks. On the far side I've been adding to the windbreak barrier, which is just loads of shrubs that I pick up from work when people are clearing out and getting rid. So that'll be a bit better, a bit more effective. But it's still, like I say, the wind's the major factor that's bad about this garden. Got my perennial border here, which is looking a bit sparse this time of year, but I don't, you know, it's nearly actually like full, in all honesty. Although it doesn't look it now, it will bush up, and you'll see that in several months' time. Got my privet bushes and my grasses growing here. I split up a lot of alliums and spread them out. Hopefully one day I'll be selling them on to people. be preparing more borders. I think I'll grow potatoes in here, ones that I'm going to use to eat, and also ones that I'm going to sell on, hopefully try and make a bit of money. Fingers crossed, like. So what I'm going to do with my potatoes, or these borders, as the potatoes are growing, I'm going to heavy mulch them and build that up around the potato plants, and hope, because potatoes are quite damaging to the soil as well, so hopefully it'll counterbalance itself with adding mulch. The mulch I'll be getting from it's basically, it's all the rubbish that comes out of gardens and in your brown bins and such, like, all mulched down. It takes them about 9 months before it's fully recycled. So I'll be utilising that, because at the moment there's not grown a great deal on this whole plot. I haven't got very good compost that I can make myself, so it's not quite a biodynamic way of farming or anything, because you shouldn't be bringing anything onto your land. But personally, I think, why not, you know, use some other people's waste for good, you know, and it'll help me. And then eventually, as I'm growing more, I shouldn't really need to bring in much compost, because I'll be making my own, and we'll be a bit more self-sufficient that way. Again, all my perennials really coming on nice. Very early in the year, so there's not much to see. You know, a bit of a burn, a bit of a spring clean. And everything on the far side is pretty quiet again this time of year. Had a lot of moulds in at the moment. I've been using some of the mould pits, recycling that to seedlings, so may as well make use of it. In this border along the wall, I've just been doing dogwood cuttings, just literally cutting them off a big bush like that, stick them in the ground and they'll grow. Very wet down here, very cold, very dark. As you can see, the shadow earlier in the year, that was quite a bit higher up on the hill, but obviously now the sun's in our favour, and the shadow's back in. Again, various shrubs and plants that I've picked up on my travels. Give them another chance out here. Pond's looking good, no frogs spawning in it, unfortunately, not yet. Fingers crossed we'll get some. There was a frog in the greenhouse the other day, which is odd considering I built a pond for them and they want to go in the greenhouse instead. You know, it's totally at the wrong side of the garden. A few big acres. I'm gonna air layer these. Very interesting way of producing a lot of trees from one tree. And again, we've got the grapevines in here, the ones that I planted last year. They're doing alright, but really I think, given the climate we've got, I should be planting them in like a tree protection tunnel, just for the first sort of year to get them up in height, and it just provides a little microclimate. All my perennials, loads of foxgloves coming. It's really nice, good for the birds and the bees. Loads of chickens scratching around, smashing everything, which isn't quite so good. Big Sean the cockerel, and that's about it really. Haven't done anything to do with drainage yet, so I've still got that as a project, and also the watering situation. The setup that I've done's a bit broken now because I didn't use proper water tubing. I used electrical cable tubing, which on the far side of the wall, cattle had trod on it and broken it. So I'll have to do something a bit more permanent, something that's going to be built to last. There's the hole of water was coming out of last winter. This winter has been very different though, much drier, so you know, it's something that I'll not necessarily worry about. And that kind of takes us back round to where we were. So all in all, like, I haven't been here 2 years yet, and some days I feel like I've made massive progress. Other days I feel like I've still got a hell of a lot to do. But I think that's just the way with gardening. You never finish, that's for sure. Never. But we'll get it producing some good quality stuff before long. And here we go. Back to the humble greenhouse. The corrugated plastic roofing's alright, like, but it's not exactly ideal. The wind has been rippling it, it's been making some funny old noises. But it's hanging on, so I'll leave it be for the moment. I have got some conservatory roofing that I'm going to use. I haven't been to pick it up yet, been a bit pushed to time. But again, that was a waste product which someone's donated to us, so I will use that at some point in the future. Just I've kind of spent a lot of time clarting on with this greenhouse and building all the steps and stuff around here. I need to be getting onto the garden this time of year, so I might just have to wait for a bit, but till then it's alright, does the job. A definite notice of difference to the temperature. I'll get a thermometer in here and see how we're going, and you know, take it from there, just have a play around. The roof does open for ventilation, so when it does get very hot, I'll open up this door, open up that hole in the roof, and that'll get a good through draft through, and I'll just get some netting and make an internal door for the roof and the main door, and that'll keep the bugs out. So all in all, despite having a bad start of the year and a broken van and lack of funds and stupid jobs to go and have to do, I've just been getting up here maybe 2 days a week on the weekend if I'm lucky, you know, so I'm quite happy though. I feel like it's all coming good today. Happy face. Bye.